We are 19 days now into the January transfer window, and the most spoken about clubs this month is Arsenal. It's a big day for football. Tottenham have got a 6-pointer against Everton, where it could potentially be our 12th loss in 22 games, and we are without Dominic Solanke. So I'm not looking forward to that one bit. We have got a Fabrizio Romano quote with regards to Mikel Arteta giving an update regards to this transfer window, and 3 newspapers have come out today regarding Benjamin Sesko in the last 24 hours, and one of the newspapers is reporting that Benjamin Sesko has said yes to an Arsenal move in principle. Now, that's a lot to take in, so we'll go through each story as it comes. Make sure you go down and drop a like on the video if you haven't already. The road to 50,000 subscribers is well and truly on. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. 89% of everyone who watches the content is not subscribed. So go down and hit that subscribe button. We're about 150 subs of 40,500. Now, we'll start with the Fabrizio Romano tweet with regards to Mikel Arteta. And he has come out and said this morning, Arteta confirms plans to bring in new players. When you look at the bench, then probably we are very short. Now, I look at that. That tells me that the plan for Arsenal is to bring in forwards. Now, of course, Arsenal dropped more points yesterday against Aston Villa. They were in a 2-0 up, and I don't necessarily think the attack in yesterday's game was the problem. I think it was more on the defense without no Saliba and playing Thomas Partey at right back. I just think they were a little bit fragile. The attack actually did well. They should have scored more goals, but it doesn't change anything that they still need a new attacker. This was the bench. Now, if you take out Raheem Sterling, they have no attacking option off the bench. Kieran Tierney, Kivior, Zinchenko are all fullbacks or centre-backs. Jorginho is an out-and-out midfielder. Neto, a goalkeeper, and 3 academy players. Just look at that Aston Villa bench. John Duran, one of the best strikers in the Premier League this season, on the bench, right? Leon Bailey, right now, a good out-and-out winger. Buendia is a creative player. Daniel Malin has just signed for Aston Villa from Borussia Dortmund as a winger. So they've got 3 attacking options compared to Arsenal's Raheem Sterling. And it was Aston Villa's bench that helped win the game because Luca Digne put that ball in for Tielemans to get them back into the game. Now, if Arsenal don't bring in a player, there's only about, 15, 16 days left of the window. It would be criminal for them not to bring another player in. Absolutely criminal. Now, if you cast your mind back to a few days ago, Fabrizio Romano and Sam C from the United stand giving very different updates with regards to Benjamin Sesko at RB Leipzig. Now, today, there is a lot of transfer news. You've got Sky Sports coming out, essentially saying that teams out there are prepared to bid for Benjamin Sesko, which is around £70 million. The Sun have come out there and say that Arsenal are weighing up a bid. The Mirror are saying that he has said yes to an Arsenal move. At the end of the day, regardless of whatever report you want to read, they have got to, absolutely have to go out there and sign a player. Now, the Standard normally are pretty reliable. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And it says Benjamin Sesko, it says yes to Arsenal move. Benjamin Sesko has told Arsenal that he is ready to join the club. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean he is going to join the club. There's a lot of factors involved. Agent fees. The last update from his agent was basically suggesting that he isn't close. The Gunners are in the market for a striker following Gabriel Jesus' injury. And they've reportedly renewed interest in RB Leipzig's talisman after summer interest. The Mirror report that then Sesko wanted the move and the stance has not changed. He prefers a move to Arsenal over Manchester United and Chelsea. I can understand why. Arsenal are a much better side than both of those right now. And it is reported that Sesko has negotiated a 60 million gentleman's agreement to allow him to leave this summer, but a move in January would still prove tricky. Arsenal aren't in a position to be negotiating for January. They have to bring someone in now. They have to bring someone in. If they don't, they will not win the Premier League. And by the summer, teams around them will strengthen. Now, this report coming out from Sky Sports News on their Paper Talk page says Arsenal weigh up Benjamin Sesko's 17 million bid despite RB Leipzig forwards agents' comments over future. It goes on to say, this is from The Sun, Arsenal are weighing up a £17 million move for Benjamin Sesko in the January window or land a short-term loan deal. The Daily Express, that's about Manchester United, but there's a lot of news out there still linking Arsenal to Benjamin Sesko. Arsenal Insider have put out why Arsenal transfer to Benjamin Sesko was missing for RB Leipzig's clash amid agreement. Now, that is one thing that's worth talking about as well. That, he did miss the game at the weekend. This is from Arsenal Insider, which says Arsenal transfer target Benjamin Sesko was missing from RB Leipzig's clash amid agreement. It comes as the Gunners look to bolster their forward ranks over the coming weeks. Mikel Arteta has a few options currently at his disposal. And then it goes on to say, an injury crisis has torn the Arsenal attacking players. Among those, Benjamin Sesko could be the prime target, the situation surrounding him. I don't know the reason why that he missed the game at the weekend, but it does seem to be, it was a very, I would say, winnable game for them. They played VfL Bochum, and they did go with, a completely different kind of front line to what they're used to playing. There was no Luis Openda, and there was no Poulsen, and Sesko wasn't even on the bench. So there's a lot of news out there, and the fact that he isn't or didn't play in yesterday's game, is that coincidental? Wednesday, the 15th of January, he did actually score and then was sent off in the same game. Luis Openda and Benjamin Sesko were both sent off. So that was probably the reason why he missed the game. Imagine having both your strikers sent off. That's insane. So that was the reason why he didn't play yesterday. Now, they are in action against Sporting Lisbon, where that will probably be Arsenal's kind of wet dream, watching Benjamin Sesko and Victor Gyökeres play against each other, where both of them have been heavily linked against for Arsenal. And, the game before where he got sent off, Benjamin Sesko did actually score that game as well. That was against Werder Bremen. Xavi Simons, a top player. They've actually got some really good players, Leipzig. And in terms of their league position, I wouldn't say they're a lot of people were saying they were in a tight race beginning of the season. They have dropped down a little bit. I would say they're predominantly more in a kind of top four race. Bayern Munich are running away with it at the moment. 4 points clear, 56 goals scored. But when you look at Benjamin Sesko's numbers this season, he has been one of Leipzig's better players. Overall, his stats are, very, very good. This season, what's he got? 11 GA or 12 GA in 17 for Leipzig. And he has also got 5 goals in the Champions League for them. So with a couple this season. But the argument, that Arsenal fans keep making is they have to bring someone in. Whether it's going to be Sesko, whether it's going to be whether it's going to be Gyökeres, they have to bring someone in. They can't be sitting here come a couple of months' time or a couple of weeks' time. They've got an injury crisis in terms of their attackers. And right now, I just think it would be absolutely insanity if they don't bring someone in. There's Arteta apparently has sent a clear transfer message with Liverpool comparison. A lot of people are talking about the the fact that Liverpool didn't sign any players this summer. Mikel Arteta says Arsenal are very short in attack and need reinforcements after they dropped points against Aston Villa by drawing. The Gunners had been 2 goals to the good against Villa, but conceded twice in the space of 8 second half minutes. I think that means 8.5 minutes to draw. Arsenal are now 6 points at the top. Raheem Sterling was Arsenal's only fit senior forward on the bench, and Arteta admits they need while the January window is open, they need to make moves. When you look at their performances, I don't know how many teams are playing at this level on the league, but when you look at their bench, probably you think we are very short. Now, just to actually give some context, if you actually look at the Liverpool bench that played yesterday in the 2-0 win against Brentford, it was actually their bench that won them the game. And once again, if you look at their bench, you've got Darwin Núñez on there. You've got Federico Chiesa on there. You've got Harvey Elliott on there. You've got Curtis Jones. You know, it was Harvey Elliott that got the assist or is involved in both goals. You got Federico Chiesa. You've got Darwin Núñez who scored both goals. You know, look at Brentford. Fabio Carvalho, Kevin Shade. You know, more attacking options on the bench than Arsenal do right now. It'd be criminal, absolutely criminal, if they don't sign a player. But it is what it is. It's up to them. They're apparently only going to sign the right player. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. Make sure you check out the Tottenham versus Everton match reaction later. That will be out about 4 o'clock this afternoon. I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you have hit the subscribe button. I am out.